Will the Bengals take down the Ravens and advance in the playoffs in back-to-back seasons for the first time in franchise history? Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com, and yes, it is officially playoff time. What a season it has been for your Cincinnati Bengals. 12-4, back-to-back AFC titles for the first time in franchise history. The Bengals have won 8 straight games, and, well, they are heavy favorites going into Sunday night's matchup against the Ravens. But as we saw last week, you know that this is not going to be an easy contest. Let's get into our keys to victory, and we will get a prediction as well on today's video. First things first, this Bengals team, if they're going to win on Sunday night, the thing that I think is more important than anything, can't turn the ball over. Can't turn the ball over. That's what the Ravens are hoping. Much like the Patriots a few weeks ago, much like this Sunday night game, or this Sunday game in Week 18, turnovers are what could and might and would give the Ravens a crease, give the Ravens some momentum, give them a real shot at winning this game. They're not going to have Lamar Jackson. They are not explosive on offense. Without Lamar Jackson, they're averaging just 13 points per game. Having Justin Tucker certainly helps that. They can score from anywhere on the right side of the 50-yard line, of course. But even with that type of weapon at kicker, averaging just 13 points a game versus over 23 when Lamar was in the lineup. So I expect Tyler Huntley to start, and nothing has been said as I record this video early Friday. So we'll see there. But if you don't turn the ball over, and yeah, they had the one turnover last week, but even with that, look, they won the turnover battle, and even if it was ugly on offense, it was enough. And in the playoffs, all that matters is doing just enough. So there is no pretty score here. There is no, oh man, well, they got it done, but. No, there is no buts in the playoffs. Find a way to get it done. We saw the Bengals do that last year, of course. Those games weren't pretty, and there was a lot of ugly in some of those matchups, but they found a way. I think they're going to have to find a way against the Ravens, and the first things first, if they're going to, no turnovers, winning the turnover battle is huge. Second thing, defensively, be that stabilizing force. And what I mean by that, there's been a lot of talk about the offense, and I'm going to get to the offense in a second, but this is the week for the defense to really calm the waters. If the waters get a little rocky in the middle of the game, that's when they need to be the stabilizing presence that says, ooh, we're going to shut this down and we're not going to let the Ravens get momentum. I hope that makes sense, because the Ravens defense is really, really talented, and they're going to make plays, and they may catch Joe Burrow off guard, or they may force a mistake. They may come up with a big play. And if that happens, well, the defense can be that calming presence. It's hard to ask them to do that against a Josh Allen or a Patrick Mahomes or some of these other quarterbacks the Bengals could face in the postseason. But this week, against this Ravens offense, that's what the Bengals need to do, is stop the run, which is key number 1. 2, Mark Andrews, don't let him go off. For the defense, by the way, outside of the turnover battle. So key number 1 for this video, of course, no turnovers and winning the turnover battle. Key number 2, defense, be that calming presence where a big play happens on the other side, you come in, you put that fire out, and you keep things rolling. And they showed signs of that last week, certainly, with Jesse Bates playing big, Trey Hendrickson playing big, Sam Hubbard returned. So I think that this defense is certainly capable of doing that. And then 3, a lot has been made of the offense and Joe Burrow and their struggles. They punted 7 times, and after scoring on their first 3 possessions, only had a field goal in their final 10 possessions last week. I get it. I understand it. I understand the concern. I understand all of that. At the same time, I expect Joe Burrow to be fooled less, to be much more dialed in after a weird week. It is playoff time. It is time to play at a really high level. And to me, this is the defense that is really the best that the Bengals are going to face on the AFC side. The Bills are talented. The Chargers are talented on defense. So there's some other really good defenses. But this Ravens defense with Roquan Smith and that defensive front that is really tough. And we know that secondary led by Marlon Humphrey. They got some players, and they play really well as a unit. They're fast. They're physical. The Bengals don't turn the ball over and stay calm and move the ball up and down the field when you have your opportunities. And as long as these possessions end in a kick, it's going to be a pretty good day, I think, for this offense because Joe Burrow isn't going to get fooled like he did last week. He's not going to be as inaccurate as he was last week. And he said that after the game, said it on Jamar Chase's Instagram Live as well. I got to play better for you guys. I expect him to play better. And if he plays better, this Bengals team, well, they have a really, really good shot to advance to the divisional round for a second straight season. I'm going to get to my prediction in just a second. Real quick, I just want to thank each and every one of you for all of the kind words. And for those that catching you off guard with this, our daughter was born last week, and we did a video about that. And I still have messages that I haven't gotten to. I haven't been able to respond to all of them. I know there's some that probably slipped through the cracks. So I just wanted to take a second on today's video to thank each and every one of you for reaching out, for all the good vibes, wishes, prayers, all of those things. It really means a lot to me and my family. And so far so good on the dad front. Couldn't be more happy, couldn't be more excited. We'll get to that prediction in just a second, but again, I just wanted to say thank you. I also have to tell you about MyBookie because it's a new year, it's a new you. Maybe it's the same you if you've been using MyBookie, but if you're new to MyBookie, well, whether you bet to earn or to make the games more exciting, which it certainly makes the games more exciting, MyBookie gives you the most for your money with a redesigned deposit bonus. If you use promo code BengalsTalk on a deposit of $50 or more, to receive a cash bonus instantly. That's right. If you deposit $50 or more, you're going to receive a cash bonus, boom, instantly when you make that deposit. Using the bonus is simple. You bet that deposit amount just once, and boom, you're ready to cash out. So this is free money that you could take advantage of. You bet or deposit $50, and when you wager it, make sure you use on that deposit, use promo code BengalsTalk, and boom, that bonus money is going to go right into your account, and you can cash out at any time. No strings attached, nothing holding you back, so don't delay. All you need to do with so many brands to choose from is go to MyBookie. Use promo code BengalsTalk today. Again, MyBookie, promo code BengalsTalk. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. The Bengals are heavy favorites in this game, and it depends on where you look. MyBookie, they were 8.5 early in the week. It was down to 6.5 at one point. Then it went up to 9.5. So it really just depends on when you looked, when you got it. Here's what I would say with this game. Betting lines are tough when you're talking about a divisional matchup like this. When you're talking about two teams that are that know each other so well, that played each other last week, that have gone head to head multiple times. And right now, as I looked, I wanted to pull it up. The over/under is at 40.5 at MyBookie. 9.5 is the line, so that hasn't changed since I looked at it this morning. I like the Bengals in this game. I think 9.5 is a lot. It's a lot for any team to cover, especially if you think it's going to be a low-scoring game. And I don't think it's going to be super high-scoring. I don't think the Bengals are going to run up 40 points on this Ravens team. Now, maybe they do. Maybe they have a pick six in there and Jamar Chase gets loose and things work out in their favor. But I could also see it being a lot tighter. And I've thought about it a lot this week. I think this is much like the Raiders game last year. They played the Raiders. They had beat the Raiders. They're welcoming them on the road. They had welcomed them into Paycor Stadium. And it felt like the Bengals were in control of the whole game. But then you look at the end and the Raiders had a chance to win or tie at least. And it was 26-19 final score. I'm going to go with the same final score. And it's going to feel like the Bengals are in control, but the Ravens are going to hang around. But the Bengals defense makes a play late to get them into the divisional round, which will likely be a matchup against the Buffalo Bills. So 26-19, Bengals handle business. Leave your score prediction, like this video, and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell because we have a ton of content out there for you. That's coming post-game, pre-game, and so much more. And if you missed it, Joe Goodberry had a great film breakdown this week. Elise Jesse was great on the OT. You heard from T. Higgins this week. I did a stand-up here from our house. We heard from Joe Burrow. I mean, there's just a ton right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk, and a ton more coming post-game, whether it's Joe Burrow, whether it's Jamar Chase. We're going to have all of the post-game reaction, win, lose, draw. Cincinnati Bengals Talk is here for you. And guess what? In the playoffs, there is no draw. That's a line that I need to tweak in my repertoire now that it's, well, playoff time. Win or lose, we are here for you. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to Andrew Fox Miller for editing. And for Andrew, I'm James Rapien signing off for now, where I have the Bengals 26-19 on Sunday night. We'll talk to you on Sunday with our pregame video right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Until then, I'm James Rapien signing off for now on CBT, Cincinnati Bengals Talk.